There is no other place in the world like our city. We're unique, vibrant, and a little unexpected. We're so much more than sand, surf, and sports. We're for telling local tales, unearthing hidden gems, and sharing the stories of spectacular people. As a young city in transformation, the best is yet to come. We are Gold Coast.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Club Helensvale as we come down to the last match of these state titles, which have been absolutely fantastic to watch, as you just witnessed. A colossal final there, with Chloe Stewart just getting over the top and winning her first state title. Welcome aboard this afternoon. I've got Brett working on board in commentary. Just before I hand over to Brett, everybody out there, if you can share this screen, would be absolutely fantastic. So let's get it out there to as many people as we possibly can, ladies and gentlemen. And how you going, Brett?
Good, thanks, Brian. Good afternoon. It's another great afternoon here at Club Helensvale. Perfect conditions for a great state men's singles final.
It is, as we see the first bowl going down here at the moment, Brett. There's no roll up this afternoon. They're straight into it, and Stephen Tong's found his line straight away, but just a little bit of wait, but I'm sure that'll come very, very quickly. So if we can all share that button as often as we can, ladies and gentlemen, and get it out to as many viewers as we can. See Kevin Anderson, those pretty well, just a couple of foot through their head. Steve playing his forehand, playing away from the club rooms at Club Helensvale, and playing towards the car park end. Both of these gentlemen have played outstandingly to get to where they are, Brett, and both of them, I think, should be very, very proud of their achievements of making it into the state singles final.
Yeah, well, they both staged big comebacks. Steve Tong in the quarterfinal this morning against Sean Ingham was down around 19-12. First one to 21, got up and won 21-20. And then Kevin in the semi-final against Scott De Jong was down a fair way and staged a remarkable comeback to get over the line to get into the final. So, yeah, plenty of sort of courage shown by both players, being behind and
no, that's for sure,
and both playing well.
It's been just an absolute pleasure to watch. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to let Brett do a bit of an interview here with the current ladies state singles champion, Chloe Stewart. So Chloe's going to do some commentary and have a bit of a chinwag with Brett.
Thanks, Brian. A bit unlucky there from Kevin. I think he's turned that one in for shot. He was holding shot prior to that one. As we say, good afternoon to the new 2019 Bowls Queensland State Singles Champion, Chloe Stewart. Well done, Chloe.
Thanks, Wiz.
Good win, good solid day. You'd be happy with your efforts today?
Yeah, no, I'm really happy with today's performance. Just to be out here playing is always a bonus, and to get the win is great.
You've won some of the other state titles, pairs last year, and triples.
Yep.
So first singles title.
Yeah, first singles title in Queensland. So back home in Vic, I think I won 2, maybe. But yeah, first one in Queensland, which is awesome.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier during the commentary, it's always great to win a title for the first time, and well done to you. As we see a drive coming in here from Kevin Anderson. Yeah, it's more a run for him. He's renowned for a pretty fast drive, but just pushed that a little bit wide.
He's been hitting well today, Kevy. I think this morning's game against Jake Rinn, he was just on fire. I don't think he missed one.
Jake was drawing well, but Kevin just destroyed him every time he got close. So
yeah,
it's great to see a couple of the Queensland under-18 players, Jake Rinn and Kane Nelson, making the pointy end of the singles finals today.
Yeah, it's always good to see the young ones coming through. How old's Kane now?
Good question. I think they're both around 16.
Okay.
At a guess, 15, 16.
Yep.
And been in the Queensland under-18 team for a couple of years now, and still got a couple of years left. So great for the future of bowls in Queensland, and they've been getting better and better all the time.
Absolutely.
Just got our marker, Talia Camilleri from Club Helensvale, also been a Queensland under-25 rep, doing our marking today, so we thank Talia. We noticed in your state singles game earlier in the final, just a bit of a mixing up of the length. You started long and then changed your tactics, went shorter.
Sort of throughout the whole tournament I'd been playing long. And then, playing against Karen, she sort of didn't mind the long end too, so I wasn't really quite sure which way to go, but just sort of changed it up and hoped I got on first.
It's just it's always interesting, isn't it, with a game of singles, changing the tactics, moving the mat around, but I noticed a lot of the ends you had the mat in a similar position, of just the jack length that was changing. With both players, so it's very important trying to get that first bowl close, isn't it, to put the pressure on your opponent.
Yeah, and that was sort of my idea, is to get my first one on or behind, because whenever you got one behind, it always helps later on in that end.
Kevin just jumping on here earlier, the second end. Stephen Tong just finding his way a little bit on the back towards the clubhouse.
Yeah, I don't think it'll take Tongy too long to get into it. He's been playing quite well today. I've heard him across the green, that's for sure.
He's gone for a drive here. Oh, nearly got a little bit lucky there.
Yeah.
Giving Kevin a fair bit of room for a free shot here. Multiple early in the game. First one to score 25 shots here today in the men's final. Dead ends are replayed.
Mm-hmm.
You've had a pretty good last 12 months, Chloe. I think you're ranked number 1 now or number 2, or pretty close.
I think I slipped back to number 2 this month.
Okay.
But number 1 last month in April, I think. So that was pretty cool to get up there. We'll just see what happens.
Oh, that's good. So the Australian ranking points only last for 12 months, so you would have lost some points from some of the other multiple team games that you won last year in the state championships.
Yeah.
But gained probably more points with the singles win. So you've dropped some in some areas, but gained in others. So well done.
Thank you. So who's your pick, Wiz? Out of Kevy Anderson and Stephen Tong.
Well, it's a bit of a tough one, Chloe, to pick. But after that end, early in the game, it'll give Kevin a lot of confidence. So, and he's jumped sort of back on fairly close again already. So he's found his mark. He was a little bit slow away against Scott de Jong in the semi, but had the momentum coming home late. But not sure. It's probably sitting on the fence at this stage, Chloe.
The old political answer, Wiz.
Good reply there from Stephen Tongs, not too far out of it. Very good line. So you've got the Australian Open coming up. Is that your next event, or are you playing in the pairs at Broadbeach?
No, so not playing in the pairs this year at Broady. We've actually got our Club 4s happening tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
Okay.
And then, working the rest of the week. So I've had a bit of time off, so I thought I'd help out Turles and go back to work for a week.
For those who don't know, Chloe works as an assistant to Wayne Turley at Tweedheads Bowls Club as the assistant bowls manager. How are you enjoying that, working at Tweedheads?
Yeah, loving it. There's always something new happening each day, so it's really good to be involved with bowls on the admin sort of side of things. I'm loving it so far. Yeah,
it's a great club, the Tweedheads Bowls Club, with such great facilities and a really good membership, great patronage, especially this time of year with a lot of southerners coming up to the area, and also enjoying the bowls on the Gold Coast and the Tweed area. So, who are you playing with in the Australian Open in a couple of weeks?
So I've stuck with pretty much the same as my state events. So playing pairs with Jessica, see some Weibei, and then playing the 4s with Jess, Kira Burke, young gun that's just moved up from Victoria.
Good shot there from Kevin, makes it 2.
And Georgia White, one of my best mates.
Yeah, that's good. And you've won that title before, is that right?
Yeah, we went back to back a few years ago. So yeah, new team this
you
year.
and Georgia were in that combination, is that right? Yeah, so 2 new players.
Yep.
Oh, a little bit stiff.
stiff.
Yeah, great. Gave it a chance there to trail a jack for a possible 3, but looks like it's still at least 1 to Kevin Anderson. 2. Gives him a little bit of a break. 6-1 early in the game. Yeah, this is a great sort of attempt to try and trail that jack.
Wasn't far off.
I mentioned the Broadbeach pairs earlier. They've got a big pairs tournament on there the next couple of days, and then also the Blue Opal singles, which is a rich singles event from Wednesday to Friday. So a lot of good quality bowls down at Broadbeach for the remainder of the week prior to the Australian Open starting on the Gold Coast next Saturday.
Yeah, it's all happening, really. I feel like this is the peak bowl season at the moment. So, yeah, things are all heating up.
And the Asia Pacific Games following that. So, yeah, a lot of good quality bowls on the Gold Coast coming up. If the weather stays like this, it'll be beautiful. It's quite nice. There's hardly any breeze at the moment, just a slight breeze. Sort of coming from, as you look at the screen, coming from left to right.
Just sort of behind the club, just as we were on our last couple ends, it looked like there was a bit of cloud coming, but hopefully it stays away.
What did you think the green was running today, Chloe, while you were out?
Probably 15.
It's just a nice pace, isn't it, to play all the shots? Did you feel confident in sort of playing any sort of shot on the green?
Well, I think over the whole tournament, for the singles, I probably only had 2 drives. So I just really tried to stick to the draw, and yeah, when I was 1 down, just took 1 down, and yeah, tried to get bowls in and around and limit those multiple numbers.
It's pretty good. Only having 2 drives for a whole tournament means you must be drawing pretty good.
Yeah.
Kevin Anderson just sporting the backward cap. I know, he heard me. He's changed it now. Kevin's native of Scotland. Been out here for a few years now. Represented Scotland in both under 25 and open events. Now plays at the Broadbeach Bowls Club. He's opted to take the hat off. I know a lot of the UK players don't like wearing hats too often.
Yeah, you'll never really see Alex Marshall wear a hat.
You see a few of them get a bit of a glow up when they come out to the Gold Coast sometimes, don't you, when they're not wearing a hat. Eventually they need to start wearing one, but not accustomed to that much at home. You think he was opting for a blocker there, Chloe, or was he trying to draw another one?
He might have just been trying to draw another one, I think.
Yeah, I think he was probably a bit tentative. He didn't want to trail a jack to Steve, but he's got an opportunity to sit or trail.
Oh.
One more. Kevin Anderson, he's just slowly creeping away now. 7-1.
Yeah, he's really found that jack early, hasn't he? He's been on top and put the pressure on Tongy, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's been in the area a couple of times, Steve, but just not quite getting it. But after his big comeback this morning, we expect him not to go away. He'll be fighting all the way to the end.
Absolutely. Never say die, Kevy. Did you ever win the state singles whiz?
Yeah, I've been fortunate
enough
to win it before. I think I've only won it once.
Once?
Yeah.
Nice.
Just the once. Another good starter there from Kev. And you'll advance now. Now you've won the women's singles, you'll advance to the Merimbula, the Australian Championships at Merimbula. You were there last year, and it's a really nice spot to play, isn't it?
Oh, it's beautiful. such a great part of the world. It's a little bit hard to get to, but once you get there, it's well worth it.
Good reply there from Stephen Tong. That's probably his best first bowl he's played so far, so that'll give him a bit of confidence. Pretty good reply from Kev, though. Not quite. It gives him 2 pretty good second shots.
Mm.
Thank you to everyone for tuning in to the Bowls Queensland Men's State Singles Final. If you'd like to hit the share button to try and get that out to as many people as we can to watch this great game. We've got perfect conditions here at Club Helensvale today. It's about 25 degrees, hardly a breath of wind at the moment. So green running around 15, Chloe mentioned during her final earlier. So couldn't really ask for much better, Chloe, than this.
No, it's very, very good for the State Singles Finals day. Just what you want, I think.
Didn't quite get there with that bowl, but he's probably lined up a bit of a cannon there for Kevin to get onto the front. There's a good chance he could hit the front and chip the shot bowl straight out for 2 shots. Depends on just on the angles whether it's going to get the jack or not, but it looks like it'll probably go clean. He's having a run on the forehand.
Not a mile away. Oof.
Quite get it full. Opportunity for here to Steve Tong with a free shot to try and make 2 out of it. Put a stop to Kevin's run.
These are the important ones to make count. So many times, you lose a game by 1 or 2 shots, but it's these shots that you need to really get.
Yeah, you look back and you think, oh, if I only had a draw on that 1 or 2 free shots.
Yep.
Has he given it away here?
I think he might have.
Just overplayed it a touch.
Yeah. Oh.
He's hung on just enough. I think he was trying to just give it a little chance to trail it for 2, maybe even 3, but hung on to the 1. Doubled his score to 2. Opted for a bit longer length now.
It's not a bad tactic by Tongi here, because we do know that Kevin hits quite well, so if he's going a bit longer and nailing it, it's going to make it a bit harder for Kevy to sort of get it off.
Yeah, it's about 1.5 metres off the tee, and the mat's probably about the same distance up from the tee at the other end. So
yeah.
Not a bad starter for the change of length. Kevin doesn't waste much time on the mat, does he? He gets straight on there. He's not on there long.
Yeah, he doesn't mess about, Kevy.
Challenging Robbie with a change of cameras, how quick he is.
I must say, you guys are doing an awesome job here with the live streaming. Robbie Allen, mastermind.
Thank you to Robbie and the Gold Coast media team for doing a great job throughout the whole championships. Covered every finals day of our Queensland State Championships here at Club Helensvale. Done a great job. Tongi just sneaks in another shot there. Probably force Kevin to change his hand. He actually thought about that one for about a second, I think, before he let it go.
Close. Oh.
Open it up. Not quite the result he's after, but has made it a lot better for himself. See if Tongi can put it back. Stephen Tong from the Pine Rivers Bowls Club in Brisbane, home of the BPL. Played at the end of the year each year. Kevin Anderson from the Broadbeach Bowls Club. Kevin's using Taylor bowls. I'm not sure what type they are. Do you know, Robbie, what? Has been using GTRs, but great line with that one. Whatever bowls he's using, he's found that, knows that line really good there. Very good shot. So they'll be most likely GTRs. Stephen Tong using Henselite XGs. He just gave that a little bit of a chance, the opportunity to tuck it around the trail around the corner or sit the bowl. But just a touch wide. One bowl to come now from Kevy Anderson. See how good his memory is, Chloe. Do you think he can draw another one?
I don't think he'll be too far away. Once again, another free kick here.
Good to see them having a bit of fun and a bit of a chat, bit of banter. They're both sort of good characters of the game here in around the Gold Coast and Brisbane. So yeah, it's good to see the good sportsmanship and little bit of niggling each other, having a bit of fun as well.
Absolutely. I think it relaxes you too a little bit when you're having a bit of a chat with your opposition.
Yeah, some people like to have a bit of a chat. Some people don't like to say anything, but. Thanks, Jason Cutie. He's mentioned the GTRs. I know these are the bowls that Kevin used in the UBC recently at Warilla for Jason's team down there in Melbourne. Another very good starter there from Kevin. In the UBC, they use either orange bowls or blue bowls, so a few players have been still using the bowls following that event. Size 4 GTR, Robbie just advised me, so we'll spot on, Jason, with your call. Jill Calloway asks if that's Julia Allen best marking. It's actually Talia Camilleri from Club Helensvale, Queensland under 25 representative. Stephen Tong actually just won his first ever state title a few days ago, Chloe, in the fours, so he was pretty thrilled to get his first title up.
I thought Tongy would have won one before. I didn't know that was his first.
He's won some champion to champion events, but not in the Open State Championship. So
yeah,
I know Kevin's he's notched a few up. I think he's won the triples. Not sure if he's won any other ones, but
yeah, I think just the triples last year, wasn't it?
Both looking to win their first state singles title today.
If he could just get that jack to the left.
He wasn't far off with his with his second bowl.
Oh.
Well, Kevin needs to get another one in there. Uncharacteristic short bowl there from Kev. It's fairly short earlier, but I don't think he'll be short with this one. Having the best back now, it opens up maybe another weighted shot from Stephen Tong, whether he might want to go a little bit quicker now, bowl clean or jack right back. And sort of can pick whatever weight he likes now, couldn't he?
Yeah, he could do. It's probably a little bit easier to go quicker than, to pick that really nice soft weight.
Go the weight he's confident with.
Oh, just going to go away, I think.
Oh, he may have taken his own out. I think he might have only been one down before that, but could be two now. Looks like Talia is getting two ready to indicate.
So chance here for Kevin to actually keep kicking away to get a bit of a jump on Tongy.
Out to 10-2 now. First one to score 25. The men's singles final. Yeah, full credit to Luke Wade and the greenkeepers here at Club Helensvale. They've really done a great job on the greens, whether it's some finals have been on this green and some finals have been on the middle green. And there hasn't been too much difference in the pace, and they've all run very well. So full credit to Luke Wade and also his assistants in Nathan Rice, Aaron Sheriff, who help him, and also Michael Turner. They all help out at different times around the greens and surrounds here at Club Helensvale. How did you find the greens, Chloe?
I thought they were really, really good. Played here a couple of times in the semi-final of the pairs the other day and final of the triples. Every time, nice kind line on each green. Pleasure to play on.
Great shot there from Kevin Anderson, trailing a jack back to his other bowl. Has created a little bit of a sit though, a little bit of a target to sit or trail. Stephen Tong.
It's a little tongy shot, I reckon.
Has he got the weight? Oh, not a good one to drop short at Chloe.
No, he'll be kicking himself about that.
It's his closest, but I'm sure he would have liked to have just given it a little bit more of a chance. Sit or trail.
I think Kevy's close again here. Very nice.
Yeah, good shot. Might see a bit more weight from Stephen here. Pushed it wide. I did notice that earlier in the day he was pushing his drives a little bit narrow, so maybe that was in the back of his mind. He's sort of overcompensated a bit there, but
sometimes they just look too good to hit and you do spoon a few.
I think that would have looked good from the mat. It was a fairly big target. Is Kevy going to draw another one to put the pressure on, or put it behind?
I think 3 is pretty good picking at this stage, but...
Well, he's gone the other way. He said, I'm going to drop in a blocker. It's enough to be in his eye. More probably swinging weight on the backhand now, I'd imagine.
3 down. Big chance here.
Well, he wasn't far off the exact target, and he's hasn't only got one out, so good attempt. As we look at the replay, he wasn't far off the line he wanted. Probably wanted that front bowl onto the jack. Was his best result.
Just half a bowl too tight.
Nearly touched the jack. It only had to flick that jack a little bit. He would have went back to his back bowl, but 2 more shots to Anderson takes him to 12-2. Got an early lead. Can he maintain it, Chloe?
I think Kevy is the sort of guy to sort of punish his opponent once he does get a bit of a lead. He's a very good front runner. But as we saw in the last game too, he's quite good at coming back to win a game as well. So, yeah, I think Kevin, it's a very good start. And, yeah, I think he's just about going to keep this going if he gets his first bowl on.
Yeah, well, this is probably the stage where Tongi needs to get a couple of ends back just to keep in touch. Good starter. Kevin just pushing through a little bit. An opportunity for Steve to put the pressure on him now.
Not too far away here, Tongi.
Yeah, he's going to force him to change his hand. Oh, he's going quick. Close.
Oh, shot.
Actually hit the top of his bowl. It may have stayed in if he didn't hit his other bowl, but it's gone out of bounds.
For those watching at home, that was not Kevy's full-blooded drive.
Yeah, he can send him down.
He can.
Send him down pretty quick. I know he's scatters a few players, especially when he's playing fours.
Absolutely.
You see people running for cover. We've just seen the legend Robbie Perella helping grab the bowls for Amaka Talia. The state singles event, we replay the ends. There's no respot in our state championships. So they'll now replay the end. First one to 25 this afternoon here at Club Helensvale. A few clouds rolling in, Chloe.
Yeah, let's hope they stay away.
It was nice and fine during your game, but I don't think there's any rain about, but there is a fairly thick cloud coming across. I had a look at the radar earlier, and at this stage there was no rain on the radar, but and there's none forecast.
That's what we want to hear, Wiz.
So conducive for good bowls, the conditions here at the moment. Hardly any breeze, about 24, 25 degrees. Green running about 15.
So for those watching at home, what are your thoughts? Who do you think is going to get the upper hand here? Do you think Kevy's going to keep pushing on to 25, or do you think Tongi's going to have a big comeback and show a lot of heart and get up before him?
Yeah, well, Tongi I think it was 19 or 20 to 12 down in the quarterfinal, which was the first to 21 against Sean Ingham, and he made a remarkable comeback to win that game. So you can't sort of count him out. He showed his sort of fighting spirit in that game. So
good shot there from Tongi.
But I think he needs to make his move now. He doesn't want to leave it too much longer.
Exactly.
Stay in touch.
Kevy's not far away. Oh.
There's another good shot coming in here.
Great shot from Tongi.
Especially not being able to see the jack. And he's drawn around there. Nice.
It's tidied it up very nicely.
Not easy to get to there for Kevin. Would have made 2 out of it. Oh, look at that. I don't think he's really got much on apart from the draw on the forehand.
No, the old side toucher.
Stephen Tong, 1 bowl to come, so even if he reduces it to 1, he draws a good second in the position he's in with a 10-shot lead. 1s aren't too bad to give away at this stage of the game. He may have got second out of that. His weight was pretty good.
He's got great touch. For a player that goes really quick, he has got awesome touch on the draw.
Yeah, well, that was perfect weight, and changed hands as well. So he's had to adjust from the jack moving. He just didn't adjust to the extra line to get out to where it's moved to. Talia just indicating that Steve's only got 1 at the moment, trying to make 2.
Close here.
Maybe. Just noticed there, Chloe, Dean Goodwin back in your old hometown of Kyneton. Bit of rain around down there.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me, to be honest. There's always plenty of rain about in Victoria, but Kyneton, the old hunting ground.
3 shots to Stephen Tong there, so he had 2 after all. Keeps him in touch. Trails 5-12, first one to 25. This afternoon at Club Helensvale. We'd like to thank the Gold Coast City Council for their support of this event, and also Club Helensvale for their support in helping bring in this live streaming, courtesy of the Gold Coast Bowls Gold Coast Tweed media team. Robbie Allen and all the boys doing a great job. But Stephen's just opted to go for the longer end again, but hasn't capitalised with that first bowl. Just needing to Always good when you change the length up to get on first. Well, Kev's still left a little bit of room, giving Tongi an opportunity to try and get close, which he's done.
Great show up by Tongi.
Good correction. I think you mentioned earlier it's a game of corrections, Chloe, isn't it?
Absolutely.
You can have your loose ones, but it's all about correcting for your next one.
He only needs to touch that jack a little bit.
Good line, but just not the way. Another good shot there from Tongi.
He's coming it up a bit too.
Yeah, I think Kevin will be having a look at this. Yeah, but he is having a swing. Look it back. No. Well, it's... if Stephen Tong can hold on to 2 or 3 here, it's he's right back in this game, isn't he, Chloe?
Absolutely. And that's all it takes. Just to be a little bit patient, get a little number on the board, and you're right back in it.
That's right. He's opting to change hands here. Probably looking to get the best back, I would say. Yes, the best back. So interesting what weight Kevin used here. Similar sort of weight.
It's not a mile away.
Oh, he's got the run through. Very good weighted bowl. Put Stephen Tong's bowl into the ditch, run through for shot. So very good weight there from Kevin. Stephen Tong probably just needed to be a bit further back, didn't he?
Yeah, just a touch.
Finished on the 2 metre mark, whereas he needed to be a bit closer to the ditch. But he stopped the momentum. Could have quite easily been a bit different scoreline there, but he's scored 1 shot to go out to a 13-5 lead. Momentum can be a big thing in singles, can't it, Chloe?
Oh, absolutely. You know, and even having control of the jack and the mat is just so important in a game of singles, I think. But yeah, especially when you're down, you know, it is sort of good to get a little bit of momentum back.
Just lost his draw the last few ends, hasn't he, Kevin? He was drawing very well at the start.
Yeah, he has.
He's just starting to stray a little bit. Whereas Stephen's the opposite, he's starting to jump on. So
he's starting to find it, I think. Once again, not far away from Tongi.
Weight's pretty good. That's better from Kev, but he's still a bit of room. Forced Kevin to change hands there, dropping short and narrow.
It's on a pretty good line here. Once again, not far away, Kevy.
Still room though, if Stephen Tong can correct. Yeah, it's pretty close.
I reckon he's good enough for shot there.
A little bit deceiving from our angle. 1 bowl left each, both players. Just I'll go through some of the results we've had here today. The quarter-finals were played this morning. In the men's game, we had Scott de Jong defeated Glenn Bailey 21-8. Kevin Anderson defeated Jake Rinn 21-10. Stephen Tong defeated Sean Ingham 21-20. Kane Nelson defeated Paul Gilbert 21-5. And in the semis, Stephen Tong defeated Kane Nelson 21-19, and then Kevin Anderson defeated Scott de Jong. I think that was, I haven't got the score for that one, but it was about 25-22.
Yeah.
To get to our final here this afternoon. Bit of a loose end from both boys there. They're sort of not too far away, but haven't been able to nail it. Philip Fox has just asked what type of bowls they're using. Kevin Anderson's using Taylor GTR, size 4, and Stephen Tong's using size 4 Henselite XG. Stephen Tong from Pine Rivers Bowling Club in Brisbane, and Kevin Anderson from the Broadbeach Bowling Club, formerly of Scotland prior to that. I don't think they had a measure, did they, Chloe? Are they getting a bit lazy, the boys? They didn't want to bend down and have a measure, so the call for the umpire. Have a little break.
I don't think the umpires had much work to do today, so it's probably a good thing.
Yeah, they probably enjoy getting out there and getting amongst it. In the women's games today, we started with the semi-finals. We saw Karen Goldsworthy 25 defeated Helen Hodgkinson, 15. And Chloe, you defeated Bolivia Millick 25-10. But I felt that game was a very good game, but the score didn't really indicate the game. I thought you both bowled well, but you just seemed to be just a little bit inside Chloe's bowls for most of the game. Yeah,
I think, the score definitely didn't indicate how the game went. It was a very tough match, to be honest. Like, Bolivia's always a tough competitor, and she's been playing really, really well. Just had to get sort of roundabout and, just hang tough, I guess.
Yeah, it's good. And then in the final, you got up over Karen Goldsworthy, who also has had a great tournament. Former fours champion along with Bolivia. She won a couple of state fours titles, and I think they've gone well in the triples as well. So you've defeated Karen 25-16. So well done to you, Chloe.
Yeah,
once again.
Yeah, I think Karen won the fours this year, didn't they? Yeah, along with Bolivia and Cass and Jessie.
Yeah. Sorry. So that's a few times they've won it now. So
yeah,
very consistent as a team.
Not a bad little performance from Karen, I think, for a state championships.
Yeah, she's done very well. Kevy's found his mark again. One on and one not too far away. So he must have heard us being critical of his last couple of ends, and he's jumped back on. So
he said, "I'll show you guys."
Good reply here from Stephen Tong. Is he going to stop?
Good shot.
He's fallen in. It was be close, I think. No wonder Stephen Tong. Kevy didn't really let Talia get away from the head too much. He was already bowling it while she was still indicating. He doesn't muck around, does he, Kev?
He really doesn't.
He's in the area,
Straight
though. He knew what he wanted to do.
Oh, what a shot.
It was exactly that. Either sit the bowl, trailer jack. Little fist pump there from Kev. Bit of a smile from the lovable larrikin.
So if you guys are just joining us, this is the state singles final for the men. And currently Kevin Anderson from Broadbeach is leading 14-5 against Stephen Tong from Pine Rivers.
Just missed his line a bit there, Stephen, or wait. He could have sat the bowl, trailer jack, though he had to be a little bit careful. He didn't flick his own out, so he couldn't overplay it, but is sort of set up for good shot for Tongy to sit or trail. Kevin needs to get another one there. or just past to cover.
Looks like Kevin's searching for Tongy here.
Yeah, he's
Oh.
he's having a little niggle. Got a little bit of a lucky result there.
Good weight, as they say.
I think he'll be looking to give it a chance down the forehand now. Stephen Tong, sit the bowl, trailer jack. He's got the best back. Waiting if he can splash it in that direction. And he's having a look. Is he going to hold?
Oh.
Oof. Well, he may have nearly snuck shot out of that. It's close. Kevin's other short bowl might come into play. Oh, he's conceded. I didn't think he was going to hold there, Chloe, but he just hung on enough to jag it. Jag a good result.
It wasn't a mile away, to be honest, so you know, when you're in the area and got nice weight, things sort of go your way at times.
Yeah, it's just it's a shame when you're in the area and you play a good shot and it turns sour, can be deflating sometimes, but Stephen Tong opting for a longer length again. Not full length, but probably about 2 or 3 metres short of full length. The mat just up a touch, about a mat length off the tee. Not a good first bowl though, he'd be a bit disappointed with that.
Chance here for Kevy to jump on it once again.
Good weight.
Going good.
You're there already, are you?
Yeah, well, I've got to get my car back to Gloria. Just tank it down a little bit. I'll have a few later. I'll have a few later. It's going easy.
Seems the line a little bit too. He's hung on for shot.
Just coming out like silk. Coming out like silk. Yeah. Just one. Yeah.
Hi to Gavin Law, watching from Sun Peaks Ski Resort in Canada. That sounds quite nice, Chloe.
It does.
Yeah.
Never been skiing before.
Oh, I've been skiing. It was a bit wasn't real exciting. Great coordination on my behalf, but it was I was on the snow a little bit. But no, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a great experience.
Had plenty of time in the snow then, not on top of it.
Yeah, ate it a couple of times, but no, I'm sure I've heard a lot of great things about the Canada ski fields, so a lot of amazing places. Speaking about cold and winter, we haven't really had much. We're getting close to winter here on the Gold Coast. We haven't really had much of a winter yet, so hopefully the weather holds out for the upcoming events here on the Gold Coast with the Australian Open and the Asia Pacific Games coming up. If the weather stays like this, it will be great viewing.
I reckon just about every year it rains for the Australian Open, so fingers crossed. It's a little bit different this time
well,
around.
it is a little bit earlier this year, isn't it? So hopefully that might work to their favour.
Oh.
You may have got a good result out of that. If it falls, I think it'll be shot, but at this stage it may be close. Ooh. Are they going to measure or are they going to call the umpire?
I think they're going to go the umpire. I I don't even think the boys own a measure, do they?
No, it doesn't look like they've got one. I'll probably need a chock for that bowl, I imagine, too. I'd like to thank the Bowls Gold Coast Tweed media team for... Ooh, we've got a bit of a Harley Davidson go past there. He's into it. But, yeah, thanks to Robbie Allen and the Gold Coast Tweed media team. They've done a great job over the state championships, filming all the finals, every last day of all the events. We've had mixed pairs, men's and women's fours, men's and women's triples, men's and women's open and over 60 pairs, and now we've got the blue ribbon of singles event for the last day of the championships here at Club Helensvale. Robbie's going to have a couple of days off on the bowling green, I think. He's going to be...
I think he deserves
it,
to be honest.
But he'll be playing in the Broadbeach pairs tomorrow. Another great field assembled for the Blue Diamond pairs at Broadbeach tomorrow. There's one shot to Kevin Anderson, takes his lead to 15-6 now. Still a handy lead. First one to score 25. I'd also like to thank the City of Gold Coast Council for their support of this event, and lots of different bowls events that they support throughout the Gold Coast to help attract big events like the Australian Open, Asia Pacific Games and that sort of thing, and our state championships to the Gold Coast. Thank you for their support, and also Club Helensvale here as the sun starts to come out, push through the clouds.
Yeah, it's good to see the sun come back now.
Yeah,
Those clouds are sort of going away, I hope.
It did look like we weren't going to see it again there this afternoon, but it's poked its nose through again. It's quite pleasant here now, hardly any breeze, 25 degrees. Another good shot from Kevin. Oh, nearly tucked it around the corner. One shot to Kevin at this stage, I think. Stephen Tong wasn't too far away with his first, though. Any improvement on that will give him the shot. He'll be disappointed with that. He's looking to improve, to correct on his first, but he's gone the other way. Great to see Joyce Alt watching from Cairns, North Queensland. It's the beauty of the live streaming now. We can watch from all parts of Queensland, not only Queensland but the world. Yeah, a lot better weight there from Stephen Tong. Promoted his own for shot. Interesting what weight Kevin uses here, whether he just tries to arrive onto the shot bowl or whether he goes for both the edge of the front bowl and get the back one as well.
I reckon Kevy will go for it here. He is off a
Could
bit.
go forehand jack in the ditch or both bowls.
Yeah.
He's going for.
It's not far away.
Just under.
Oh.
And he's enough to kill the end. So we're replaying ends here today in the men's state singles final. So boys opting to bring the mat down and replay the end in the opposite direction. But I'd like to thank Chloe for joining us, especially straight after just winning the women's state singles final, her first one in Queensland. She's won the Victorian one, but now she's got the singles in Queensland. So thanks for joining. So what have you got now, Chloe? You got the singles, pairs, triples. Have you got the state fours?
No, not the fours yet.
What about the mixed pairs?
The mixed pairs, yes.
You have. So it's you got look out whoever plays Chloe in the fours next year, 'cause she'll be looking to make a full set of it. So thanks for joining us straight after you won your final, and and wish you all the best in the Australian Open coming up, and also your Club 4s tomorrow.
No worries. Thanks, Wizza, and thanks everyone for tuning in.
No worries. Thanks, Chloe.
Cheers.
I'd like to say hello to our Kiwi friends watching, Yvonne and Roger. I've also just noticed a few Kiwis walk in watching live here as well. We've just made the journey over for all the events coming up, so it's great to see all the Kiwis on the Gold Coast. I know they all enjoy coming over around this time every year, as we welcome Brian Marshall to the commentary.
G'day, Brett. What a great game of bowls we've got going on out here, mate. It's Kevin Anderson playing great bowls. Stephen Tong not playing badly, but Kevin just getting in top of him, just a little bit more consistent these days in this game by the looks of it, Brett.
Yeah, a couple of times Tongy sort of had sort of glimpses that he was going to try and sneak back in, and Kevy stopped him. So it's still plenty of fight left in Stephen Tong yet, I think.
I think so too, that's for sure. Like even on this end here, I don't think shots been played as yet, but I think Kevin might be pretty close to it with that one by the looks of it, Brett.
Yeah, it looks
once
just
again,
enough.
The sun just coming out again now, ladies and gentlemen, which just changes the green a little bit. So when that cloud cover's been over there for a while, Brett, the sun comes out again now, and of course the green picks up very slightly in pace, so the players have to adjust.
Not an easy shot here for Steve. He's trying to play under there. His weight wasn't too bad, but just got snagged on that front bowl.
Ah, very close.
A
and
few bowls on the road.
Wasn't it great to have Chloe come in straight after this? This is, I say, how generous the players are. She just won her first Queensland state title, and she was very willing to come in and give us some of her expert opinion during this game. So
it was great to get an insight of her game and what the conditions were like, and also her opinion on this game going on here at the moment. So.
She played very well, mate. She well deserves her title of taking nothing away from her opponents. But talking to a few of the ladies this morning, though, Brett, they were telling me that there wasn't one easy game in the ladies this year. They said sometimes you might be lucky enough to jag an early round easy game, but they reckon there was none of that around this year, so in any form. So
we might have got a little lucky there.
Probably one roll too many, I think, Brett. But
he's nearly made two out of it, but he still could be one down.
Still could be one down, yes, that's for sure.
It wasn't an easy head to play to there. He had to sort of play up a hapser and hope to get a good result. But.
Well, having a real good look at it anyway, so they seem to be walking around their head a little bit, so they're calling for an umpire again by the looks of it, Brett. So
we're getting a good workout, the umpires, this afternoon.
They're definitely earning their money, that's for sure, my friend.
They were talking about the volunteers earlier with Kelsey, how important our volunteers in the game are, with our state championships, and then also the Australian Open and Asia Pacific Games coming up, all the contribution that the volunteers with umpiring or marking or just general sort of activities around the club, how important it is for these events.
Couldn't agree more on that, Brett. And, as you're fully aware of, mate, the next few months, these people are going to give up so much time just to keep this great game of ours going, and there's a hell of a lot on, as you realise. It's the Australian Open, and then of course they always too, what you soon forget, they always have their own club championships and that also to perform at, and various tournaments and that the clubs run. So our volunteers do an absolutely superb job, they really do.
Yeah, that's right. So it's having a good happy combination between paid staff and volunteers to work well together. It just it's very good for clubs and makes a big difference.
Oh, that's for sure. There's a lot of, if you had to pay umpires and various things, mate, this great game of ours would be very hard to keep the clubs afloat, that's for sure. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Kevin Anderson just throwing roughly around about a 3/4 length end by the looks of it, just short of 3/4 length. So he's favouring his backhand playing back towards the club rooms at Club Helensvale. As the sun comes beating down again now, so the green will no doubt pick up a little bit in pace, even though I think the greens here have run absolutely superbly for the whole tournament, Brett, but today they were absolutely outstanding. I thought this morning had a magnificent finish in them.
Yeah, you couldn't really ask for much better here this afternoon, all day. It's the wind hasn't had any sort of too much major effect. It's come up a little bit every now and then, but the green's been good, conducive to play all different shots, whether it be a little running shot or reaching shot to draw bowls and drive. So it's been great conditions for quality bowls.
Has been too, mate. It's been just an absolutely beautiful pace, as you said, to play all shots. Kevin may have just stuck Tongy's bowl over there for a shot, but favour that jack high bowl at this stage, but not to worry, there's still plenty more bowls to be played as yet, ladies and gentlemen. So Stephen's playing his backhand once again. I was surprised how far this come back last time. Brett seemed to be out there a hell of a long way, and it really did started working.
Yeah, it's coming home now. It's got that nice finish on it now, isn't it?
It has. Once that sun comes out, it just picks up there a little bit more.
Looks like he's pretty close to shot there.
Michael Keegan watching from the sunny coast. Good on you, mate. I'm glad you're enjoying the telecast as Big Kevin tries to draw a shot there and just swings just around the back. But he's got three little catches there. Brett, would you suggest, if you were playing this end, would you suggest that you'd counteract that if Kevin changes to his backhand?
I think Tongy's got to play the forehand and get to Kevin's bowls there. He can cover and count there. It'll be the perfect ideal bowl. Kevin's closest bowl, even if he rolls it once and stays there.
Just that there's a nice little collection area there if Kevin decides to change his hand, play his backhand and trail the kitty. And I think Stevens, he's made it very difficult for him anyway. Brett, he could probably still come around that bowl and get it though by the looks of it.
Yeah, it hasn't made it any easier for him.
Let's see what weight Kevin plays with here.
Yeah, it wasn't what he wanted, but it's definitely forced him onto the forehand now. So whereas a potentially trail for four, he's now just trying to draw for shot. Yeah,
well, it shows he must think he's down. That's for sure, mate. You know what I mean? So he may be just a little bit under with this one too, by the looks of it. Actually, in fact, that's probably the worst bowl he's played all day, and he's only like 3 foot away. So he's played, and the match between he and Scotty, which I was watching in the semi-final, was outstanding the way he fought back there. It was magnificent draw bowls.
Very good comeback. Opportunity for Steve here if he can touch a jack himself. Make 3.
Oh, he's not happy with that one.
You can't get touches when you're short though, Brian, can you?
Well, mate, most people I play with, mate, I tell them all the time that you can't get knocked up if you're not short though, Brett.
He didn't have a lot of danger there either. He had a couple of bowls to sit on or trail, but he still gets 2, which keeps him in touch now.
Yes, that's for sure.
Gets him to 8, trailing 8-16. First one to 25.
Yes, no, that's for sure. Great to have Barbara Green on board. She's a regular watching our telecast, Brett. She's a member of Tarrant Point Bowling Club down in Sydney, so great to have you on board. And Caitlin Inch, how are you, Caitlin?
We've had a good range of people from the UK. I noticed Colin Walker on there from Scotland, a Scottish representative, good friend of Kevin's.
Great to
Canada,
have you on board.
New Zealand. We've had a good range of all over the world.
Yep. As we have Stephen playing his forehand here, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty much a full length here, Brett, from pretty much tee to tee by the looks of it. So.
Yeah, it's probably the first time we've had a tee to tee, and the mat's probably it's on the back of the tee. So yeah, first ditch. We've had probably 2 or 3 metres off the maximum length, but this would be our first maximum length end for the game.
Kevin just pulling up a bit short with that one. And once again, too, Brett, their grass line is absolutely impeccable, isn't it? You know, they're very rarely off that centre line, just mainly weight control, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. We mentioned earlier, Stephen Tong's using Henselite XGs and Kevin's using Taylor GTR.
Yes.
So similar drawing bowls.
Stephen's got lovely weight with that one, Brett, but just undercut his grass line, but still in a lovely little area just there.
Yeah, made 2.
Yeah, that's for sure. Kevin's got this beautifully grassed out there, and I think his weight's pretty handy too, just quietly.
Yeah, very good shot.
Don't get much better than that, do you?
Right in behind the jack too, hard to get to.
Yes, that's for sure.
He's got 2 good seconds, but not easy to get that out.
No, we're. I'd say there's really not much chance of attacking it. Really, just got to play just over a draw, really, Brett, don't you?
Yeah, just maybe change it up a little bit.
Yep. He's got this very well grasped. It's just going to be depending upon his weight now if it holds. And I think it's just going to sneak. Yeah, no, just sneaking under.
Just needed to give it a little bit more. May not have even quite made Jack high, that one. So
yeah, no, that's for sure.
Hasn't made it any easier for himself either.
Made it pretty hard, but you can still get round that. As Kevin's playing with beautiful weight here, well, beautiful line, but he just undercut this one. But he made a liar of me there. But
has he set up a bit of a cannon there? It may have, but Kevin's front bowl may sort of make him decide against playing that, because you wouldn't want to get the front bowl up through the head, but if he gets the outside one of Kevin's, he might get that straight onto the shot bowl.
Yes, no, that's true.
I suppose at this stage of the game, do you take a little bit of a risk and go for that, or?
Well, really, when you're chasing shots now, like Steve would
up
be
on the backhand.
Yeah,
he's going for it. He's watching it. He's going to hold. Oh, that was the danger.
That was the danger, as you called it there. So yes. Yeah. On you, Barbara. Going to watch the footy at 4.
Hi to John Hammond, all the way out at Roma,
Yeah.
Western Queensland, watching.
How are you, John? Margie from Dolby.
Thanks to everyone for tuning in. Don't forget to share it so all your friends and especially non-bowlers can see this great game in action.
That's for sure. There's obviously quite a few of them watching it, Brett, from what I've been told, because I've had a few clubs been telling me that they're increasing their barefoot bowler intake on weekends, and they've been asking them where it's coming from, and they reckon they've been watching it on Facebook. Well, Kevin may have just let one slip there. I'm not too sure.
Perfect weight.
Had a beautiful weight.
Bit of a free hit there.
Thanks, Michael. Yeah, he missed not an easy shot, not T to T, but sometimes when you do that, Brett, it comes back and bites you late in the game. You know what I mean? It's quite happens quite regularly. But anyway, Kevin has a pretty handy lead here. He's playing very confident bowl, so we'll wait and see. And once again, now he's shortened it right up. It's
3/4 length.
3/4 length, that's for sure.
Short 3/4.
Yeah, good on you, Alex. I'll let Brett read that one in a minute, mate. I like that one, son. It's Stevie just playing his backhand, ladies and gentlemen. It's pretty well. No, just a little bit short, but a little bit more grass.
Hi to Alex Murtaugh, all the way from Mount Isa.
Great to see Alec down here with the district sides playing for his district. Was really good to see.
Another great district sides competition, wasn't it? We had a lot of great sort of games from people from all over Queensland. It's great to see a lot of the guys back down at the district sides, and a lot of new faces as well.
Well, as you know, my position as president of Gold Coast District, and we have a lot of events on the Gold Coast, as you're fully aware of, Brett. But as I said, the one I take the most pleasure in every year when the Gold Coast is lucky enough to host that event is having all our country cousins, catching up with them and seeing them. I think that we have some great events, but I just so much look forward to...
He's looking for a run here.
He is too.
Kevin. Busted open.
Going to go pretty close too. We've got one of them. But it's definitely a great event. That's right, mate. Alex said he still loves you, Brett. Roy Campbell, of course, good to have Roy on board from... was down at the district sides.
From Jandowie.
Yep. Roy's one of the local councillors. Comes to our meetings at Bowls Queensland, Brett.
Might have been a little bit unlucky there, Stephen Tong. He's back cut the jack.
Yeah.
He might have had shot before that, but it's probably turned one up into only one. So very fine little cut there from Kevin.
Yes, no, that's for sure. It's killed, so goes back to start all over again.
Go to the replay, thanks to Robbie Allen on his computer. There's a bit of a gap there, but he's only just clipped the jack.
Geez, I love that slow action replay.
Thanks, Robbie.
Well done.
So we're replaying ends here in the state singles final.
For those of you who aren't aware, as you can see the top of your screen there, ladies and gentlemen, it's 18-8. 10 shots in it, but as you said, there's semi-finals and finals are 25. It's no longer 21, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who are not aware, this is the final of the Queensland State Singles.
We played 21 up in the early rounds and the sectional play and post-sectional.
Well, when you're playing 3 or 4 games a day, you really have to make it 21, don't you, Brett?
Yeah.
If you get the couple of those 25, 24 games, it really pushes you into the late afternoon.
Yeah, that's right. So from the semi-final onwards, it's been 25 up.
Yeah. So anyway, Kevy just cut his grass on that one, so see if Steve can capitalise on it, Brett, with his first bowl. He's got a pretty good line on this one, in actual fact. How's his weight? It's not too bad at all.
Yeah, good starter from Stephen.
Yes, no, that's for sure. Just in behind the kitty, probably 6 or 7 inches behind the kitty, so normally a hard one to beat.
We started with 47 sections on the first day on Friday, Brian.
Yep.
Good reply there from Kevy. Just sat on bowling behind the jack. So yeah, 47 section winners have played off in post-sectional both on Saturday afternoon and Sunday. Friday afternoon and yesterday. And then down to the last 8 today in the men. And to our ultimate final of the Blue Ribbon Singles after a couple of good weeks of state championships.
No, it's been absolutely fantastic. The bowls have been absolutely superb, Brett, and it's been an absolute pleasure being able to bring this great game of ours out to all the viewers all around Queensland. As you said there's Alex watching all the way up at Mount Isa. I've been able to watch the final of the state singles in his own lounge room, no doubt having a glass of water.
Yeah, we've had Mount Isa, Roma, Jandowie, Cairns.
Fantastic to see everybody coming on board.
Thursday Island earlier today from all parts of Queensland, which is great.
Stephen's just going to hold long enough, and he's just going to just cut. Shame he had beautiful weight for what he was after there, so just...
Yeah, well, big one bowl each left from both our players. Kevy's got a good opportunity to really put the pressure on here, but in the same instance, he wouldn't want to set up a target either, so he's got not much of a target at the moment. He'd be looking to draw another one, but...
Well, you think so, as Kevin gets it away?
Doesn't want to set up anything.
Because he's playing his backhand, he doesn't like it. He's turned his back on that one pretty quickly there, Brett. I noticed a few times he's turned his back on it and he's finished up pretty close to the kitty. So anyway, there's...
giving him a bit of a guide.
Yes, that's for sure. Steve's just got a drop under that one, Brett. So
it's really a big bowl here, I think, in the context of the game. He really needs to score this end, otherwise it's...
Oh, mate, he's under it.
It's going to be hard for him to get back from here, I think.
Yeah, it makes it 20-8, so...
Yeah, he'd be disappointed with that. Weight was all over it, really.
It was, wasn't it, eh?
A few shadows just starting to come across now. Make it a little bit tricky. The head there was in the shadows, so now can get a bit deceiving.
That's ever so true. Now, Brett, as you're fully aware, for the Australian Open, which starts a few days' time, really, numbers are up for that. Now, were numbers up for the state titles this year, Brett?
Yeah, I think they were just up slightly from last year. Last year they were on the Sunshine Coast.
Yes.
Numbers were very similar, but just a few sections. Few events we had a couple more sections. So
that's great, isn't it?
Yeah, it's sort of with a lot of events on, not everyone can play in all events, so a lot of players have got to pick and choose whether they play in the district side, state championships, either one or the other or both, and then also with the Australian Open coming up.
Yep.
And some good events around at other clubs around also that not everyone can play in everything, but it's great to see a good roll-up in the state championships.
No, it really has been. There's been some outstanding bowls played, the quality of bowls from what I've seen, and lucky enough to play in the pairs and thoroughly had a great day of bowls, thoroughly enjoyed it. So I'd like to thank everybody that participated in this great event and hope to see you all again next year playing in it again. So as you see, Kevin Anderson drawing a lovely shot there, ladies and gentlemen, just Probably around about 6 to 7 inches in front of the kitty. So Steve, I think, will be forced onto his forehand here, Brett.
Yeah, he just try to get to the jack before Kevin can shut it off. Giving it a little bit of a chance. Might have made second out of it.
Yeah, probably got second shot out of that, mate. So lovely little spot just there too.
I think you're thanking all the players for playing. Also, we need to thank all the clubs that hosted the state championships. We've used a number of clubs on the northern end of the Gold Coast.
Yeah, no, I take my hat off to all those clubs, and particularly their bowlers who have given up time of use of their greens for our benefit, and the bowlers of around the state to participate. And I must admit, the hospitality and catching up with everyone has been first class, hasn't it? You know what I mean? And Stephen's trying to take this bowl out, and he's got it. Oh, so
might have made shot out of that.
I think he possibly would be pretty close to having shot there, mate.
Bear Lanham, one of the greenkeepers of Broadbeach, always does a great job of the greens there. District representative, thanks for the comment.
Thanks, mate. Thorpe reckons there's a few channels looking for news readers, mate, so you want to be careful there, Brady.
Alan Thorpe, our Bowls Queensland Coaching Committee Coordinator.
Does a great job, Alan. Great to have you on board, Alan. I hope you're enjoying the telecast. Great to be able to bring it to you. Kevin's pretty close to this. Is he going to get Tongy's bowl? I think he's just got enough of it.
Yeah, he may have. It's close.
Very close.
I thought he might have.
I thought he may have asked Marker there who's got shot. So
didn't need to know. He's straight on the mat on the backhand.
Well, I must admit, it doesn't change his shot, does it? You know what I mean? He's still got to play a draw shot.
Yeah, that's right. He's got good weight. Oh, he's made enough, I think.
He may have just got shot at. Well, Kevin's handing him the mat.
Yeah.
So Kevin from that distance can see it.
Good shot. He knew what he wanted to do. He didn't waste any time. Got on the mat.
Yes, Wendy, looking forward to the Australian Open. Well, you had a wonderful Queensland Open, so if I was you, I'd be looking forward to a great Australian Open too. Congratulations. And it was great to see you girls make the finals. It really was.
Yeah, Fours champion last year and final of the pairs this year, so they did very well.
Did very well, that's for sure. As we see, Stephen's probably put the mat, ladies and gentlemen, right back on the tee by the looks of things, but he's only just rolled the kitty to really, just onto the end of the line down the other end. So
just in the sun.
Yeah, just in the sun. So yeah.
Also like to thank our match committee, who have been working tirelessly over the last 3 weeks through district sides, and also the state championships. Ron Somerville, our coordinator for Bowls Queensland.
Yeah.
And also all these band of helpers on the committee. They've done a great job, along with our umpire representatives that have been representing Bowls Queensland, and also our state selectors that have been out and about many days checking out all the talented bowlers.
Well, it has been. They all do a wonderful job, as our chairman of umpires does also too. John Kilpatrick he's been down here for that time too, helping the umpires. And I must take my hat off to all of our officials, particularly the hard-working match committee, which really do get a bit of a pounding at times, but they do a great job, Brett. That's for sure. It's just like being a selector in a club, mate. It's a very grateful position.
Yeah, but we'd be lost without the volunteers that and whether it's organising events, selecting events, umpiring, marking.
That's for sure. So he's got Kevin there, definitely got one shot there, Brett. So Steve just looking to outdraw that.
Bit unders and overs this end, Steve. Looking to improve on it.
Again, he's got a beautiful line, but just pulled up.
Lost his weight a little. If Kevin can draw a toucher here, it's going to be hard to get to. It's enough for another shot. Yeah. Hasn't made it any easier to get to.
No, that's for sure. Particularly now too, Brett. It's just in that shadow. It's
he's still a bit of room there, but I don't think he hasn't really got much on apart from a draw.
Yeah, there's
he
nothing to
could
hit
try
or
and get.
anything.
Yeah, he can get both bowls, but he's pushed it narrow.
Yeah. Oh,
He could have got both bowls with that, but would have left him a fair bit of room to draw another one.
that's for sure.
He would have needed to hang around with his bowl because
Yeah, playing the weight that he played there's no one in the world he was going to hang. Where, with Kevin having another bowl, I mean, I think that was a very low percentage shot as far as I was concerned. I mean, I know if you played the perfect bowl, you could get both bowls, but just Kevin would still have 3 foot to draw another shot.
yeah.
I think he.
I suppose sometimes you got to play the shot you're confident with.
Oh, and I agree. I agree with that.
After 3 loose ones, he may not have been confident in drawing it. So
That's true. That's ever so true.
It can be a confidence game sometimes. But
I don't think Kevin's going to make him pay, so
you let him off a little
let
bit
him
there.
off a little bit there. So anyway, it's still a great game of bowls. Anyway, there's been some quality bowls played, Brett. That's for sure.
Yeah, it takes Kevin to 22-9 now, puts him within reach of pegging out.
That's for sure.
Mentioned earlier in the day, it always changes that mindset when you know that either yourself or your opponent can peg out. It does
Yes.
change thoughts of what shots you're playing, and that sort of thing can have adverse effects on the games, can be positive or negative for different players.
That's ever so true. John Green thinks it's just about over, ladies and gentlemen.
Looks like Johnny's tipping Kevy Anderson, you think?
I think so, but looks at that. Rather expecting Tongi to pick up a few fours, one of the two, mate. But, Kevin's left Stephen in here. If he can...
It'll be an amazing comeback if he can get back.
you got that right too.
But that's the way he's going to do it, by drawing good close shots.
Good bowl there.
Good opener.
Good starter, but gee, Kevin's been in fine touch this afternoon, hasn't he? He's really played some beautiful draw bowls.
Full credit to him. I thought he was just about gone against Scotty De Jong in the semi-final, but to his credit, fought back into the game and went straight past him at the end.
Yes, well, look at that bowl there. Like, straight back.
Yeah,
One
I think
shot.
he's done enough to get the shot there.
And Stephen's still persisting on his forehand, ladies and gentlemen. He's just got to come around this bowl of Kevin's, but he's just a little bit underdone there.
He's probably stopped in his own line.
Yeah,
To block himself off.
even on the backhand there, you've got to play the perfect bowl to get to there too, really, Brett, don't you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I think if Kevin doesn't do anything here, Stephen Tong will be looking to clip that bowl out on the backhand.
Well, he's
hasn't.
still got 2 seconds. So.
Yeah, looks like a good shot down there under Kevin's last bowl. Clip the bowl out on the backhand, or even he could do it on the forehand too if he favours his forehand.
He could get that either hand, really. No, he's
Going for it
on the backhand. Yep. Pretty close too,
Gonna
just
hold.
Just going to get it.
Oh.
Oh, dear.
Well, a little bit of an unlucky result. He was offline, but he's going to be down game after this bowl.
He will be definitely down as the slow action replay comes through, ladies and gentlemen. Courtesy of Robbie Allen.
Yeah, he probably just didn't hang. He could have even cut it off from the other side, but
Got
on
them
his
all
own bowl. So Kevin's drawn another one for 3.
for
but
3 shots. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. John, your call may be 100% correct, my friend.
still probably 2.5 feet to draw a shot, and 3.5 feet to cut it down to 2. It's on its way. Well, he saved game this end.
Yes.
Good shot under pressure. Had room, but you never know when you're under pressure down game. Got a bit of room. Strange things can happen, but he's
That's for sure.
answered the challenge.
Well, you think, with 2.5, 3 foot to draw there, Kevin, of course, being an international, and Stephen Tong, a current Queensland representative, you'd have to back him in to draw that shot, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Steve was won his first state title in the 4s earlier last weekend. So he was pretty excited to do that. He's won some champion events, but first state championship title. So both of these guys looking to get their first state singles title under their belt.
Well, Stephen, straight away, Brett's gone from, short to 3/4 length straight to tee to tee again, basically. He's only like a couple of feet inside the tee line. He's definitely got the mat on the tee back this way, so his first bowl's going to be pretty handy too.
Yeah, good opener.
Pretty handy.
That's what he needs at this point of the game.
Yep.
Probably even a bit closer than that, really, but it's a good starter.
Even Kevin Anderson, he doesn't hang around much on the mat, does he? Just picks his bowl up and it's gone.
There's not much quicker than Kevy going around.
No. What a beautiful first bowl too. Just going to pull up just a tad short, but I don't know. There's camera angle there. It's very hard to tell who's got shot, but I'd probably favour Stephen there, I guess. Stephen going to stick to his forehand, ladies and gentlemen, playing away from the club rooms at Club Helensville towards the car park end. And he's got this pretty well grassed. He's just going to be on his weight control here. And,
needs the jack.
It's not looking too bad, to be truthful with you.
Needs the jack. Very good shot.
He got it. What a beautiful bowl.
Guaranteed 2 now.
Yes. Kevin once again on the mat straight away. Doesn't think about it. Just looks and picks his bowl up.
Not sure if he's got the weight, has he?
I think he might be just a little bit under with this one, mate. Grass line. Well, I think the weight's not too bad. Weight's not too bad at all. Beautiful weight, in actual fact. Just
nearly enough.
A little bit under, mate.
Well, opportunity here for Steve.
Can he add to it? Well, again, he's got it. He's got it very well out there. So he's following it, so he must like it, my friend.
Doesn't really want to give him a guide, though.
Oh, gee, no. That's yeah. Anyway,
giving him a little bit of a guide, but has counted. So pressure's on Kevin Anderson to try and reduce or get the shot here. No doubt. I think he'll be making sure he's up with this one. He's up all right. He's having a little lash.
Yeah, he's taken one out, so normally see what Steve's going to play with his next bowl. I'd probably play it again. No need to change hands or anything there, Brett. Just
sneak under his own.
Sneak under his own, and he's in the area.
Nathan Chapman's got some faith in Tongy. Thinks he'll win.
Yes.
Just taking a deep breath behind the mat there. Stephen Tong. Really wanting to make this count.
Well, he's got it very well grassed out there, Grandin, Brett. That's where his last few bowls have come from. So,
well, it's not going to count, I don't think. But he's definitely got a good handy position bowl. If any jack movement, it'll come into play.
No, that's for sure. That's for sure. Kevin's been down the head, of course, ladies and gentlemen, just walking back towards the mat now. So
I think he'll just give it a chance down the forehand there.
Well, he's got the opportunity from the inside of that jack high bowl, really, Brett, hasn't he?
Yeah, he can work off that bowl.
Can work off that and probably get both of them for 3. He's only playing draw weight, though, by the looks of it. He's not going to be too far away. Not too far at all.
Far away.
Oh, just got a little straight.
A very good weighted bowl.
It was. It really was, yeah. So anyway, looks those 2 there to Stephen. So
makes it 22-12.
Never so true, Jess. Good call. Without the tongs.
Yeah, Stephen's renowned for that saying.
Yes. Ever so true.
Well, he really needs to go back to back now to work his way back in. I think it's the first time they've had a really long end in this direction. They've had a few in the other direction, but
yeah, let's make it interesting.
I'll just test them out a little bit. First time in this direction. It's been so long.
We're just trying to adjust the camera down, ladies and gentlemen. Stephen playing his forehand, of course. He's got this pretty well grassed. How's his weight? Just going to pull up about 2.5 feet short, I guess, there, Brett.
Yeah, I think so.
Shame. It's a beautiful track there.
He's let Kevy in.
Yes, he has.
I'll try and beat him to the jack.
Which Kevin has.
Made him change hands now. His own short bowl on the road.
Well, probably on his draw line in there, really, wouldn't it?
he
He'd probably still come round it, though. But
Just sneak around, but
obviously feeling confident to draw on this hand anyway. It's open anyway, so...
have 3 goes on the open hand.
Yeah,
Good effort.
very good effort. Yeah, just ran through slightly.
Just still 1 to Kevin.
Got this well grasped once again too, Brett.
Yeah, he snuck in for
Second shot there,
second
I assume.
shot.
If it falls over, there it goes.
The fall just guaranteed it.
Just ready to fall it was, so... Steve's just got to beat that bowl for shot. Yes, which he has. So that's 1 to Stephen Tong there, beating that back bowl. Kevin playing his backhand too, ladies and gentlemen. Any contact on this bowl? No, he's just going to miss it. So, don't think... Oh, I don't know. It's hard to say from here, isn't it? That bowl's on the lean there, ladies and gentlemen. So, don't think... Maybe his back bowl or maybe that last bowl. With the shadows, just really can't tell who's got shot there.
Mark has called it 1 to Stephen Tong.
Okay.
You're going to get back from there.
Well, it should come back from there, really, Brett, if his last ones have.
Yeah, good shot.
What a beautiful bowl.
Right on the line.
Eh?
Very good line. Just covered the jack up too.
Yeah, they're really... all Kevin's really got to do is... He's still got a bit of a draw there on his backhand, mate, hasn't he? You know, I mean, all he's just got to do is just reach it and just come round it. And the way he's played today, I mean... You would not say he can't draw this.
Yeah, you wouldn't back him out.
You wouldn't back him out, that's for sure. You know, it's as the wind gets up just slightly now, but it won't worry him.
It's on its way down the backhand. Just got a question there from Mario. Who's marking? It's Talia Camilleri from Club Helensvale, Queensland under 25 representative.
We're 2 there to Stephen Tong.
Well, he keeps alive, 22-14.
Yes.
Another couple of ends like that, he can be right back in the game.
No, that's for sure. So, Brett, what's your next assignment? I know that you played the pairs with Aaron Sheriff, so you playing anything in the Australian Open? Or
I've entered the pairs with Nathan Rice.
Yes.
And also the fours with Nathan Rice, Aaron Sheriff and Jaden Christie. So,
okay, mate. Good to see you going in nice and weak, mate. So
looking forward to that. I need really a pretty good team to carry me, Brian, as you know. So.
Mate, I understand that completely, my friend. As we get older, mate, these things do happen to us. So.
I'm getting too old to play the singles now, so I'm having a rest from the singles. But I'm looking forward to the pairs and fours. So
should be
record entries for the Australian Open, which is great.
Should be some great bowlers on the coast. I just hope the weather stays like this, Brett, and we can get this type of run in the greens up here, because they're running absolutely beautifully all over the coast at the moment. They really are. It's a credit to all the hard-working greenkeepers of the whole region. They're doing a fantastic job.
It's been a bit of a shame the last couple of years, the Australian Open, with the weather, but hopefully it's, as you say, it's better this year.
Very simple game, Mr. Baker. You know that. Stephen plays a great bowl here with his bowl, takes it off the line, so...
He's tucked it in behind his other one, which is good.
Yes, no, that's for sure.
Big Kevy's after him.
Tell you what, he's not far away. He's played this pretty well, in actual fact, Brett.
Have a look.
He's got it.
Very good shot.
What a great bowl. Quality bowls, isn't it? It really is.
Yeah, very good shot.
And you notice how their games excelled since the sun's come back out and that green's just had a little bit more run in it, where before they were just struggling slightly with their weight. As you were saying before, there were a couple of ends there where they played unders and overs, and now there's a bit of run in it. They're really...
they've adjusted back.
They've adjusted back to it, haven't they? So it just goes to show you, it's what quality players are on show.
Nearly ditched a ditch and couldn't see the jack. It was a very good shot there from Kevin. It's, they're always hard when you can't see the jack and it's a long end. But
not a bad reply here by Mr. Tongster.
Could be close.
Oh, be very close. That, I think.
Perfect weight.
Tilly's just having a bit of a look. And she put the hand up to favour Kevin Anderson, she said. So Kevin must have one there.
He sort of probably wants to look to turn his own or just pass here, because Stephen Tong's got a good opportunity to run the bowl or jack here.
I think he's played this pretty well, mate.
Yeah, it's in a good position.
What a great bowl. That falls over whammo. That's probably the shot.
He really needs to sort of look at probably trailing that jack now. He could even get the jack and the back bowl.
Yes. It's definitely on.
I think he's got to, although, he's sort of got to weigh up his options. Kevin needs 3 to go out. Does he try and make it harder for him to go out, or does he go for it? There's a sort of decision he's got to make. Do or die, or does he try and draw the shot? If he doesn't get shot, he gets second shot. Makes it harder for Kevin to go out.
Makes it harder for Kevin to go out. I don't like making it too easy for people. I'd probably look for second shot, and if you got shot, it's a bonus. It's a percentage game. I mean, I've seen plenty of people get to 24 and lose a game too, just quietly.
He does have a 2-bowl jack target, though.
Yes,
so,
he does. He does.
He
but Kevin's still got another bowl to play. Kevin's still got another bowl to play.
He's having a run.
He's having a run, though. He's let it go.
He's going for it. Would hold.
No, he just missed it.
Well,
here's a free shot here for Kevin. But
it was a sort of decent-sized target there, but same again, the longer end and a running shot. He's just pushed a couple narrow now, hasn't he?
He has
that
with
weight.
That weight, yes.
Yes. Yeah,
but see, like Stephen, though, plays on carpet a fair bit at the Pine Rivers Bowls Club. I know he's been playing on grass all this week, but it must be hard at times to switch from the carpet to the grass. And
opportunity here for Kevin to win the game.
Here it is.
Has he done it?
I tell you what, he's pretty close. He is pretty close.
You're going to get up?
He's going to fall out. It just fell backwards. I think he had it.
Yeah,
I think he just lost it.
Well, he's a little bit of mat measuring. No, they're measuring for that one as well.
I think it'll be 2 by the looks of that, yes.
Yep.
2 shots.
Puts him within 1, needing 25. 24-14. He just let him off there, didn't he?
He did let him off.
Had an opportunity to sew it up.
No, he definitely did. It's so many times that third shot or that extra shot, just sometimes it can come back and bite you.
Well, we need something special from Stephen Tong now if he's going to get back into the game.
Yes. A little bit of adrenaline there running through Kevin by the looks of it. About 4 foot over, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, his grass line's not too bad at all. Just his weight, so Stephen's really going to make him pay here. He's got to really put one close.
Yeah, he needs
to say that, hey, mate, I'm still in this game.
He needs to put it on him straight away now.
I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, fair start.
Very fair starter there, my friend.
Changed hands.
Good on you, Alex. You keep counting the son. Alex Hyde, one of our hard-working directors from Mermaid Beach Bowls Club on the Gold Coast.
Jeez, I didn't even know you've mentioned ladies and gentlemen at all today. Have you mentioned that, have you, today, Brian?
Once or twice.
A couple of times?
Once or twice.
I noticed John Green mentioned it earlier too.
Yes, I noticed that too, my friend. Stephen's got another pretty good bowl there.
Is he going to draw or is he going to run? Drawing, yes. I think if he could be a little bit wayward with this one, we may see a bit of a kid in the ditch with his next one. Yeah, he also doesn't want to give away a multiple count.
No, that's...
His weight wasn't too far away.
His weight was pretty good there, really. It's just his grass line. So Steve's really got to just move this kitty just slightly, really, doesn't he?
Yeah, tuck it in behind him.
He's starting to come back. I think he could be just inside that. Yes, he has.
You're hoping to leave a gap.
Oh.
I reckon Kevy might get the big gun out here. We haven't seen it yet today. We've seen a few swingers, but I think if you're in the crowd, you'd be...
You wouldn't want to be standing behind.
Heads up, because that jack could ricochet anywhere here, I think.
Well, I can assure you, Brett, I saw Kevin Anderson playing Kelvin Kirko here in the number 1 pennant final, and he put a bowl into the TAB here at Club Helensvale.
Well, he's swinging. Oh, just enough. Hasn't killed it though, so opportunity for Steve to get one.
Well,
a fair bit of room.
He's got plenty of room there, my friend.
But he is down game.
He certainly is.
He's watching it intently. He might be a bit worried. I think he needs to hurry. Oh, Brian. I don't know whether he's up.
Oh,
I think it's not much in it.
There won't be much in that one. I think you'll find though.
Oh, yes, just.
It wouldn't mean much in that one, I'm telling you.
No, there's a bit of a nervous wait. No wonder he was watching it intently from the mat.
Yeah. That's a fact. Could have been a bit of gamesmanship there, because if it was me, I definitely would have called for an umpire to measure that.
Just the look on his face was a bit of concern. But
that's for sure. But anyway, he got away with it. So
he's alive.
The game lives on. 24-15. So again, gone to 3/4 length.
He's doing a bit of stretching, Tongy. He's starting to tighten up a bit.
Come on, Alex, mate. You're all the way at Mount Isa, but how would you know that, son? Tongy sticking to his forehand, of course. They're playing into the shadows here, so it's making it a little bit difficult. But not for Stephen Tong, though.
Good opener.
Yes.
A little bit better than his last bowl, Brian.
Yes. No, that's for sure.
Too much room. You see that happen a lot, though, don't you? In pressure situations. Plenty of room. They take it a bit easy. Think,
I remember it quite a few years ago. I can't remember who Chucky was playing these days, but when he won the Australian Indoor, in his last bowl, he had like half a green, you could say, to draw the shot. And I remember he let the bowl go, and straight away he just hit panic mode. Put his hands on his head, and he thought he didn't make it. He just made it in for shot.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Kevy had good weighted bowl.
Stevens not badly down here again. Beautiful weighted bowl once again.
Just recapping the semi-finals prior to this game. Earlier at Helensvale, Kevin Anderson beat Scott De Jong 25-22, and Stephen Tong beat Kane Nelson, one of our under-18 Queensland representatives, 25-19.
Yes, it was quality semi-finals all the way through too, Brett. Bowls were absolutely superb.
Yeah, right across the board. The quarter-final, semi-final, and all the women's games today have all been great games.
Women's games have been fantastic too, that's for sure, my friend. And also, it's great to see young Kane Nelson, young 14-year-old from the Belmont Bowls Club up in Brisbane. As Kevin's very close to this.
Run. Will he get the jack?
Yes.
Oh, not quite enough.
Not quite enough of it, though.
It was a good shot.
Yes.
He's changed it up. Giving himself a good shot to play with his next.
Yes. Yes, young Kane I think he's only 14. He's only 14 a few months ago, if I remember correctly, to make the semi-final of the state singles. I thought it was a wonderful achievement.
Yeah, very good.
Stephen's got this pointed in the right direction.
He's just going to finish past. Handy spot.
Yeah, very handy spot there, that's for sure. Falls over, yep.
So it's still only be one. Kevin, an opportunity to get the bowl clean, get the jack back to his back bowl, even get off his wide bowl.
He could
get the edge.
The only thing is, he definitely could. But he needs Kitty. He's definitely got the best backward, that's for sure. Was Stephen got a toucher in the ditch? Here's a bowl in the ditch. Is that a toucher?
Yeah, looks like there is a toucher in the ditch. Not far from the number.
Otherwise it would have been removed, so
that's in behind Kevin's bowl there.
Looks like Kevin's going to play control through here by the looks of it, Brett.
Just watching it.
Yeah, he's pretty close to it, mate.
There's the outside. Oh, Good effort.
Very, very, very good effort. Just not quite good enough. That last bowl of Stephen Tong, he put it in the ideal position there.
Wasn't far away. He just got that there in the nick of time, didn't he?
He certainly did.
So, yeah, one more to Stephen Tong.
So
Takes him to 16, 24 down. First one to 25. He's hanging in there.
that's one thing I learned a long time ago, though, Brett. You say first one to 25, a completion of end. I had a massive argument at a club where I was the games director at when one of the bowlers said to me, "What are the rules, Brian?" I said, "It's the first to 25, Jim." So I said, "The first to 25?" I said, "Yes." So it was 24 all, so he picked up the kitty, rolled the kitty, drew a shot and turned around and shook his opponent's hand and said, "I'm 25. So I always now say completion of end. Had one heck of an argument that day.
That was a bit cheeky.
Ah, well, yes, that's what happens when they don't know the rules, my friend. It was a strategically placed Margie, that's for sure. It was a great bowl by Steve, just tucking one in there. He's not badly down here. I think he's going to run out of a bit of steam.
Short.
Oh, he's let Kevin in here, though, with Kevin's first bowl.
You're 3.5 feet short
Yes.
at least.
Yes. Got this very well grassed too, as Kevin. Coming home very nicely.
Yeah, good opener from Kev.
Big Kevy from the Broadbeach Bowls Club. Of course, Stephen Tong represents Pine Rivers Bowls Club, so two great clubs. Both of these bowlers have been around for quite a few years and very well known, very well respected, the pair of them, that's for sure. Stevens played a bad bowl, but falls over. It probably could be shot, I'd say, but I don't think shot's been played yet,
No.
Brett. They're too far away.
The way they've been playing, there'll be a couple inside this yet.
Yeah.
Also like to thank the Gold Coast City Council for their support and Club Helensvale of the state championships this year. And also BCIB of the district sides played earlier just prior to our state championships. Thank you for their support.
That's for sure. Any sponsorship in our great game is always greatly appreciated, that's for sure.
I think he's dropped this one a bit short. There was an opportunity there. He's sort of dropped in his own line now.
Line there he has too. He's really got to come around that way. Kevin can really just promote his own bowl here too, Brett, if he just plays onto that with a couple of feet of weight and probably get shot out of that, or even...
No, he's fallen short too.
He's fallen short too.
Green might be just starting to edge, maybe he's just starting to go off it.
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock shadow, as is well known on the Gold Coast.
That's ever so true. So Barbara would be watching the football by now. Anyways, let's see if Stephen can correct with his next bowl.
Could be down game here, trying to save the game. Not an easy shot, round bowls.
These bowls come back a fair way.
Needs to turn hard. Needs the inside of that one. Oh, has he turned it closer or further away?
Well, I think that looks of it. I think it could be a bit closer, but he's given Kevin plenty of room, though, Brett, hasn't it?
Yeah, back to play it.
Kevin's going back to play it, so he must favour Stephen's bowl.
Well, it's in his own hands now, Kevin.
Still watching the bowls, eh, Barb? Good on you. I'm glad you're enjoying the telecast, Barbara.
He's got a bit of correction on his last bowl, but I doubt he'll be short again, Brian.
No, I don't think so, mate. I mean, any movement on that front bowl of his, and game's over. Thanks for coming. State title in your hand, so it's he's
watching it intently. Close. Oh, mighty effort.
Great effort there.
He had good weight to roll that bowl, just didn't have the line.
One to Stephen Tong.
One more, he's doing it in ones.
Yep.
That's all you need, one every end, don't you, Brian?
Oh, that's ever so true.
So, opportunity gone begging there for Kevin. But still has a handy lead, 24-17. Needing one more to go out.
Good on you, Barbara. No, it's really has been it's been a wonderful few weeks of bowls, hasn't it, Brett? It's been from the start of the district sides into the state titles, and it's just been absolutely a pleasure to be able to give viewers from all over Queensland, New South Wales, all over the world, in actual fact, the opportunity of showcasing some of our top sportsman in Queensland. It's just
There's been some cracking games throughout.
Who'd think
the
a
last
few
couple of
years
weeks.
ago, Brett, that people would be able to sit in their own home with a cup of tea or a beer or whatever and watch this great sport of ours.
Yeah, that's right. And a lot of clubs, they put it onto their TVs in the clubs as well. So
Yep.
they get a few members down to their local club and have a few drinks together and watch the game on the big screen.
Yeah,
Which is great for
fantastic.
for bowling clubs who can do that.
That's
so
for
it's
sure.
always a great idea for clubs to try and get it through their TV screens.
Got a pretty good starter there by Stephen, just a little bit underdone with grass, but his weight was just absolutely beautiful.
As David Baker's mentioned, footy on one screen and bowls on the
Yeah.
other. How good's that, Dave? Down there at Mackenzie Park. I bet he's down there watching the game.
I'd say he'd probably be having a nice cup of tea by now. Don't worry, I expect a reply on that one. There'll be no tea in that household. But lovely start there by Steve. Kevin just a little bit through the head there. But grass line pretty good. Pretty easy to correct when you've been a little bit long with your first bowl, ladies and gentlemen. There's another
Gave
one
it a
there for you,
chance.
mate. Stephen just a bit long with this one. Maybe the adrenaline starting to run a little bit now. Good on you, Bakes. As Kevin's coming down playing his backhand. He's just got to slip under this bowl of Stevens. I don't think he's going to have the weight to do it, though.
No, he's just overcorrected
Just
a bit.
overcorrected slightly.
Line and the length. But
So it's 1 to Stephen at this stage.
yeah, he's been doing it in ones. Won the last three ends.
Three
I
ends,
think.
that's for sure.
3 ends in a row. So overcooked it a little bit again.
He has. What do you think? Does Kevy attack now and try and take that bowl out, or does he try and
No,
draw?
I think he's back himself to draw it.
Yeah, he's got plenty of room there, hasn't he? He's got this pretty well out there, hasn't he? It's just depending on weight now, because he will drop under this one of Stevens if he's got the weight. He's pretty close.
Be disappointed with that.
Be very disappointed with that.
Bit of a loose end from Kev. He's got a bit of the Southern Cross happening at the moment.
Yes, that's for sure. He certainly has, hasn't he?
But, like Steve hasn't put him under too much pressure either. He's only got the one in there, so really needs to sort of try and find a multiple here if he can.
Well, he has. He's got two.
Tucked it away. There's no real target there either,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
another opportunity for Kevin to take the match.
Dead draw this, and
Still room.
thanks for coming. It's
Still
be
room. Is he going to stay on the same hand, or is he
Well,
gonna change it up?
I'd probably go the forehand from there. I think you got more options if
He
if
can
you're a little
afford
bit
to
narrow.
arrive on the forehand, can't he?
Well, that's right. I mean, if you're a little bit narrow, you sit one of those bowls, you got shot. If you're a bit long, you trail the kitty,
Yeah.
you've got a bowl waiting for you. So
He's
he has
opposite-
changed his hand, so
Yeah.
it's not a bad idea, and I think he's got this pretty well done too.
Yeah, he's pretty close. Is he going to stop?
Oh, just a little bit.
Oh, so close again.
So close.
Well,
two to Stephen Tong.
He's broken the cycle of ones and got a
He's
two.
got two. There you go. So it's now 24-19, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we've got a game on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. Big comeback here, ladies and gentlemen.
So, yeah, ever so true. Barbara Stevens not giving up, and you wouldn't expect him to give up.
It's just getting to that point now where Kevin will be thinking, geez, I've had a few opportunities to take this game, and
Well, this is where
it just starts to creep in a little, sort
It's
of few
ever so
little different
true.
thoughts.
Ever so true, Brett. It's this is where the mind games can start saying, how am I going to do that? Which we have seen once today with one of the games. It was young Sean Ingham, I thought, was going to win the game comfortably,
Yeah.
and the chap just did exactly what Stephen's doing now. Just got,
That was Stephen.
Yes, that's correct.
He did that.
That's correct.
Ladies and gentlemen.
That's correct.
Yeah.
It was too, and he just kept fighting away with ones and twos.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, when the dust settled, he was 25.
Yeah, well, he's only 5 off. Kevin now.
His first bowl, not too far away neither.
After being 24-14, now 24-19.
Yeah, it's a good little fight back by Stephen, that's for sure.
A reasonable first bowl to start off with.
Not a bad bowl by Kevin, but just a little bit underdone grass-wise. As you said before, Brett, like it's now after 4 o'clock, I've got no doubt with the green in probably 3/4 of it, nearly half of it in shade. So the green would have to be slowing down slightly compared to what it was in full sun. So
yeah, I think it's dropped probably 2 or 3 feet at least. Another good weighted bowl there. He's just a little bit under.
Yes.
But he's made 2.
Hey, Peter, good to have you on board, my friend.
Kevin's having a run here. Looking
Kevin's
for
having
bowl
a
or
bit of a
jack.
look.
Can get both bowls. Oh,
Gee whiz, he just got himself.
geez, all of a sudden. It's changed things up big time.
Yes, that's for sure.
Is he going to try and tuck the jack around, or is he going to sort of go back here?
Well, you'd want to just trail the kitty. You want to just change the head slightly, wouldn't you? Like not too much, but just change it slightly. Kevin now got best back bowl there, so we can just. He's a little bit underdone with this one too, unfortunately.
He needed
Brett.
to stay on the line there. Would have been good.
Yes, that's for sure. Well, Kevin with best backward here.
He's running again on the backhand.
I think he's underdone again.
He's running away. Let him get his own. Oh, he nearly took his own
Nearly
out.
took his own out. Yes, that's for sure.
Well, Steve Tong opportunity to make 4 here.
Well,
Kevin Anderson with last bowl opportunity to win the game again.
yes. I think Steve really has to tuck that kitty off that line there, Brett.
Been surprised with Kevin's weight. He's sort of trying to guide it a little bit instead of, usually you play a bit more direct these sort of shots.
Good bowl, but not a
Tiffany
good
will go
bowl.
a little bit quicker, touch quicker. On the backhand,
He's very close.
going to get down.
He's got it.
Great shot, right in the middle.
Yep.
Great shot there.
Well,
from
there you
Kevin
go.
Anderson.
What a
Fist
great
bump in
game
the
of
air.
bowls. What a great game of bowls.
Bit of relief after a few missed opportunities.
Well, all I can say is congratulations to the pair of them. They both played wonderful bowls.
Great sportsmanship there. A bit of a cuddle after the game, and good hard-fought victory from both players.
Well, there's one thing you must say, Brett, all the way through the whole tournament, the camaraderie between the players and their willingness to give interviews after games, and it really is. We do have some great competitors in our game, but they're very free with their time and promoting the great game that we have too, Brett, isn't it?
That's right. But they're always really good supporters of promoting the game as well, which is fantastic for our sport. And, great last bowl there from Kevy. He had a few opportunities, but never really looked like missing that one, did he?
That was a
Right in the
magnificent
guts.
bowl. He got it right where he had to get it. Mate, I've just got to go and help with the presentation, so I've been informed. So I'm going to let you talk for a little while, and I'll try and get one of those boys to come over and have a few words with you, Brett.
Yeah, that'll be great, Brian. Thanks for commentating with us.
No, thank you very much for your help today. It's been a pleasure having you on board, and of course, Kelsey's expert at commentary in that middle game was first class, so it was really good to have you people who are also very worthy of your time, give your time up to for our great sport. It's absolutely fantastic. So anyway, I'm just going to go and try and get one of those boys and see what we can do.
Thanks, Brian. I'd like to thank the Bowls Gold Coast Tweed media team, led by Brian's the president of the Gold Coast Tweed District. They do a great job, and their media team with Robbie Allen, Bob Denham, and all their crew. They do a fantastic job bringing these games to us over our district sides championships, which went for 4 days in a row, and then also our 5 days of streaming of each of our finals for the state championships. Started off with mixed pairs and then through to fours, triples, pairs, and then our blue ribbon event, singles event. So thank you to Bowls Gold Coast Tweed media team. A couple of great finals there. Chloe Stewart winning the women's final earlier today over Karen Goldsworthy, and now Kevin Anderson defeating Stephen Tong in the men's final. Thanks everyone for tuning in. So I had some great numbers, and thank you to everyone for sharing the game here today. To everyone, it's been a beautiful day here on the Gold Coast, around 25 degrees, greens running 15, not much breeze, and it's been just fantastic day for bowling. Thank you to Club Helensvale and the greenkeepers, Luke Wade, Nathan Rice, Aaron Sheriff, Michael Turner, all do a fantastic job here at Club Helensvale. Not just the greens, but also the surrounds, and also the club management for supporting the event to have all the finals here at Club Helensvale. I'd also like to thank Gold Coast City Council for their support of this event, and also other bowls events here on the Gold Coast for the Australian Open and Asia Pacific Games coming up shortly in the next few weeks. Broadbeach also have a couple of big events with the Blue Diamond Pairs starting tomorrow, Monday and Tuesday. Four full greens of quality bowlers from around the world. And also the prestigious Blue Opal Singles at Broadbeach from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, with some great prize money on offer. So the Blue Opal Singles carries a $20,000 first prize, won by Kurt Brown last year. So I'm sure he'll be looking to get to the pointy end again, Kurt. We've just got a few minutes to spare before the presentations, but we'll just have a quick word to Stephen Tong.
Oh yeah, you never know.
Thanks, Tongy, for joining us. Good, courageous fight back there, mate. You held some good shots, but he just come up with the trumps.
Yeah, always hard against Kev. He's got a great run shot and good drive, and he's always sort of in the area as well. So I'm obviously not disappointed. You're playing against a class player, and to come back from where I did to sort of give myself a chance and then hold 4 in that last end, it could have gone any way, but he played a bomb. Yeah, well, he'd already missed twice by a considerable amount as well, so he had a little bit of correction to do. But full credit to you. You fought hard, as you did this morning in the quarter-final against Sean Ingham. I think you're either 19 or 20 to 12 behind, and you got back to win 21-20. Yeah, it's probably one of the biggest things that I've been sort of working on is if you get behind, just keep plugging away. Anything can happen, and obviously that had happened against Sean, and Sean played some bombs, and his first bowl was killing me, so I had to try and move it as much as I could, and got a few lucky ones, and obviously snuck over the line, and I think I might have wasted them all against Sean before I played Kevy. Well, you showed a lot of courage coming back. You were sort of got 3 1s there in a row, and then you finally got a 2, and then it looked like you might get a 4. So well done. It was a good fight. 3 games today, and also the middle game, against Kane Nelson. You had a very good game. Not much in between that game as well. Yeah, Kane's a superstar. He's doing lots of good things, and he's playing well, and he had a few good games to get through. So it was tough against Kane, but sort of stuck at it and did what I could, and it was good to see the supporters and everyone watching and the live streaming, and it's a credit to everyone. No worries. Well, thanks, Tommy. We might say a quick hello to Kevin Anderson now, just before the presentation start. No dramas, mate. Thanks, Wiz. We'll just have to do it quickly. Quick hello to Kevin. Congratulations, Kev.
Thanks, Wiz.
You got a good lead there, but he dug deep and tested you out, put you under pressure, and came out with a big one in the end.
Yeah, I needed that one at the end. That would have been squeaky bum time, wouldn't it? No, it was good. He's always going to come back. I probably got the rub of the green at the start of the game, then I just hung on. Yeah, you definitely started the better, drawing better, and then a couple of little uncharacteristic missing running shots there from you. I must have tightened up a bit. I'm sick of balls, mate. I'm fed up. I've played about 150 games in the last 2 weeks, so yeah. But no, full credit to you. First state singles title. You won the triples before. Yeah, won the triples a couple of years ago with Bester and Nugget. So yeah, it's good to get this one under my belt, mate. Yeah, no, very good. And I was waiting for you to unleash a couple of big drives there, towards the later stages. But
kept control,
mate.
nice
I've got
control
new balls,
weight.
I don't want to get them dirty.
New bowls?
Yeah, I don't want to get them dirty. So.
UBC bowls, you don't want to damage them for the next UBC?
Nah, that's pretty good. That's my mum.
Oh, they've got mum watching.
Early rise for them.
Yeah, Colin Walker's been watching as well from Scotland. So
how did Hearts go last night, Collie? Treble for the Celts.
No, well done, Kevin. So
Thanks,
you're back into the Blue Diamond pairs tomorrow, Blue Opal singles. So you're saying you're sick of bowls and you've got another few days to go. So and the Australian Open straight after that. So
I think I'll manage, mate.
Congratulations on and a great fight back. You were saying how Stephen Tong came back against you, but your comeback in the semi-final against Scott de Jong, you're well down, and to your credit, you fought hard and worked your way back into the game.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, it was tough against Scott. He had me on the ropes early doors, but I managed to get my head together and get back in the game. Just scraped through there.
No worries. Well, thanks, Kevin. We'll let you get out to the presentations, and good luck for the next few weeks on the Gold Coast.
Cheers, bud.
Congratulations. Great to see Kevin's mother watching from Scotland, Kathleen. Up early. Oh, Maureen. So hi to all Kevin's family. It's one of the joys of our live streaming now, opportunity for people to watch all over the world. So we're going to commence our presentations now with Ron Somerville, our match committee coordinator. Get on the mic. Look at our president, Peter Williamson of Bowls Queensland, along with Brian Marshall, board member for Bowls Queensland, and also the president of the Gold Coast District, involved in the presentations today for both the men's and women's singles finals.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. And I'd ask you all, put a round of applause for all the players. They put on a great exhibition for us this afternoon. Congratulations to you all. Very, very well done indeed. And if we could keep that standard of bowls up, we'd be going very, very well indeed. Okay, I'd like to introduce you two now to the ladies. Could we have the runner-up, please? Karen Goldsworthy. Okay, and could we have the 2019 ladies singles winner, Chloe Stewart? And before you go, you've got two little things to do. And on behalf of all the lady competitors, the singles.
Make me speak. I'd just quickly like to thank Karen for a great final this afternoon. Well done to the boys too, Kevin and Tongy. Great game, you guys. Thanks to all the supporters. Thank you to all the markers, umpires. Thanks to Club Helensvale and the greenkeepers. But a big thank you to Bowls Queensland and also the live streaming team. You guys did an awesome job. Thanks.
Okay, thank you very much. And now if we could have the runner-up for the men's singles, Stephen Tong.
Thank you very
played very good. And could we have the 2019 men's singles champion, Kevin Anderson?
He broke it. That's my bit. He broke it. Got a lead on it.
Better turn the bloody thing upside down, I think.
Congratulations. Thanks, man.
You need that for a beer, buddy.
Yeah, we'll be all right.
Get the joy of
Yeah,
talking.
no worries. I don't think anyone will understand, but just like to thank Bowls Queensland for running a great tournament. Good job as always. The live streamers, great job over there. Markers, Club Helensville, all the rest of the clubs in the district for running the state championships, done a great job. I'd like to thank Ryan Bester for giving me good practice and the pairs, because I was playing singles in that as well. That's all I've got. Just one quick mention, there's a guy back at Broadbeach, Rick Lettuce, he's not a very well man, so I would like to dedicate that to Rick. So, cheers guys.
Okay, thank you very, very much. And now, if I could, I'd introduce Mr. Peter Williamson, President of Bowls Queensland.
Thank you, Ron. Ladies and gentlemen, players. To those that didn't ken, he spoke well. Kevin, Stephen, Karen and Chloe, tremendous finals. To all the clubs that participated in the sides and the championships, thank you very much. And in particular, Club Helensvale for hosting the finals. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. The only thing I have to say to finish up with is to wish everyone a safe journey home. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And we'll see you all next year, hopefully somewhere on the Gateway. Thank you.
I'd just like to reiterate Bowls Queensland President Peter Williamson's words there, thanking everyone. Also like to thank our sponsors, the Gold Coast City Council and Club Helensvale for sponsoring the state championships, and also BCIB for sponsoring the district sides leading into the state championships. It's been a great 3 weeks here on the Gold Coast. I'd also like to thank Robbie Allen and the Bowls Gold Coast Tweed Media team for doing such a great job with our live streaming. It's been fantastic to bring it to all parts of the world, not only just around Gold Coast, Queensland, but all parts of Australia and the world. We've had people tuning in, so thank you to everyone for tuning in and sharing our posts, and we look forward to bringing you many more events in the future, and all the best to everyone playing on the Gold Coast in the next few weeks, and congratulations to all the winners of all the events that we've had over the last couple of weeks. As we just watched Kevin there getting a few photos taken from the paparazzi, but yeah, great final between the boys, and congratulations to everyone involved today, and we look forward to you tuning in to our next event.
There is no other place in the world like our city. We're unique, vibrant, and a little unexpected. We're so much more than sand, surf, and sports. We're for telling local tales, unearthing hidden gems, and sharing the stories of spectacular people. As a young city in transformation, the best is yet to come. We are Gold Coast.